Going in 10. 3, 2, 1, go.
What's up, guys? This week's message of the week is we value community, hard work, and accountability. Today I'm joined by our last one. Wow. Good job, you guys. We made it.
Good job, Liv.
That's a celebration.
Last one for this season.
We're here with Justin, Samantha, and Garrett to go through these three things and what they mean to Salty Hive. We're just going to start with some briefs. Really quickly, how would you do this in a class? Justin, you're going to start us off.
What's up, guys? Good morning. How's it going? 7 o'clock. Come on in. Announcements, blah, blah, blah. Message of the week is we value hard work, accountability, community, and usually I'll pick one to focus on and then just wing it, whatever comes to the mind on that day. We'll probably get there. But as this message of the week has evolved, I think it's a 3-part system. Like the accountability is the coach's job, so to speak. The hard work is the member's job, and then it's everybody's job to play their role in the community. So, yeah, I think it's good to just let people know what we care about.
Love it. Samantha?
We value community, hard work, and accountability. These are our guiding principles here at Salty Hive, and these are the 3 things that we mostly consider when we are making decisions and when we're trying to plan things and when we are interacting with all of you here at Salty Hive.
The community.
The community, the people.
Yes, we're here for the people.
We hold the hardworking community accountable.
Ooh.
That's good. Put it on the wall. Garrett?
I think normally when I brief this one, for me, I normally really focus on just the community aspect of our values, mainly because I am a transplant. I think I might be the only transplant on the panel today. So for me, I've always found community as a very important aspect of CrossFit. When I first moved here, that was the reason why almost the very first thing after we moved in was start finding gyms. So I think I had been here 2 weeks when I came through the gym doors, and I was like, okay, I'm good, found my community. So I always try to focus on that because I have a very tight connection with that aspect of our values. So not to discredit the other two, but that's always been a high level for me, particularly, especially because I brief more later in the week as well. So yeah.
Let's start with community. Within these walls of Salty Hive, what does it mean? What does community mean?
I'm not going first.
It means that everybody here is like, regardless of what level you're at with this, you're part of something bigger. Your presence here, it impacts those around you, and it has an effect on those around you, and you are part of like a larger ecosystem of things that we have going on, right? We're all here kind of interacting rather than just being individuals out on an island.
Yeah. I didn't look at it as it's our community or just a community in general. It's individuals working towards a common goal, right? We all have a common goal of being healthier, being fitter, and we have morph that community into just all of these people from all these different walks of life coming into this gym, participating in a kind of a like mindset type deal, and to also be involved together, whether it's in the gym or also out of the gym, right? We have a lot of out of gym type things, and to be a part of our community, we love to see you that hour of the day, but we also love to see you when we have different events, like we just got done doing the Open, coming to support other athletes even during that, coming to our barbecues or what other events we might be doing, those types of things, and also supporting people when they need it, right? Somebody's moving on a weekend, they might need some help. We have a community for that, which is good. Or this is broken, or you need help with something else, or just a friend to talk to, whether it's about fitness or about life, right? So it's a very social aspect as well being in here. So, and that's what I would say is good. That's kind of our community type deal. So
Back to me.
Yeah, if you're ready.
Yeah, I think community is hard because it's like a buzzword, and every CrossFit thinks they have the best community, or every like community fitness place is like our community's the best. So I think it's hard to articulate, it's hard to identify. I think a couple things as these guys were talking that came up for me is to be a part of our community requires one thing, and that's just showing up. Like it doesn't matter who you are or what you are or what you can do or what your goals are or your age or anything. Like it doesn't matter who you are outside these walls. If you just walk through the doors, and the more you walk through the doors, the more integrated you'll become in the community. Um, so yeah, I think that's the only requirement. And I don't want to need to make it about this, but it kind of reminds me of talking to some people about AA. It's like they require two things, and that's a desire to stay sober and to show up, to be a part of the group, the fellowship. And so that's kind of like that. If we break that down, it's like a desire to be better, like to want to do CrossFit, and you got to show up. A lot of, if I kind of take a step back and look at what people say or how they interact with our community, a lot of people use the word vibe. Like it's a vibe here. There's a vibe. And like what Samantha said is everybody plays their role in that, right? Like everybody is adding to that feeling, the way you interact with people, the way people interact with you, what you bring. And so there's like something that's non-tangible, but there's like a buzz, if you will. Get it, Hive? But there is a vibe with it. And then the last thing that came up, Luis just made a post about quarterfinals, a little broken English, but I really liked. Basically, my takeaway was it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, but like and he was talking about competing, but like when we do CrossFit, we all speak the same language. And so to me, that was really cool. It's like, I mean, he's from Venezuela, he's learning English, he's got a family here, he's found his wife, they now have a kid. And I think that's a really good example of doesn't matter where you came from, doesn't matter what your goals are, what your values are outside of here. If you show up, have a good attitude, and you consistently show up, like you're going to find a a you're going to be connected to the community, and I think that community is going to have a pretty big impact on you. So I don't know. I said
That,
a lot.
no, that was really great. That Louise story like kind of made me tear up a little
Yeah,
bit, just
yeah.
barely.
When I read it, I thought I had the same response. It was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah, it's really cool because this community can do a lot more for you than just inside the walls, right? I think that we can all say we've made pretty good friendships with people that we hang out outside of here, quite often, and you realize that you have things in common with people you probably would have never ever crossed paths with without this without this place being there. So it's really cool in a different way to just find friendships. I like know that in adulthood it's really hard to like meet people, whether that's in a romantic way or just a friendship or like anything. It's like really, really hard. So finding a communities can be really important. And like he kind of brought up AA and bringing people together with a like-minded goal. That's freaking powerful. And so like
Yeah.
being able to do that in here is really cool. And community, I would say, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, is our number one value.
Yeah.
Right? It's in our name with the hive, right? That's where that came from. Is what was it, teaming multitude, is that what it is? Teaming multitude of people coming together. So that was really good.
How much financial advice did you get this morning during class from the community?
Yeah, the community gives you financial advice, they give you life advice.
Not just fitness, it's all after life.
And that was one thing that I like came and then went. But this morning, like when you were briefing, you're like, bring a friend in on Thursday. And Jeff was like, well, all my friends are already here. And it's kind of like chicken or egg thing. And I don't want to get like too into the weeds with this, but Greg used to say, like, if you start CrossFit, like you're going to get a promotion, your like friends are going to be better, your like relationships get better, like you become better. And it's not like Jeff has already brought all his friends here, but like CrossFit has become such a big, and he has his family or Tammy and his kids come here and all that stuff. But it's like CrossFit becomes such a big part of your life that like the people that you see every day at CrossFit become your inner circle. And right. And so I think from the outside, that's why it can be kind of cult like, right? It's like you're the people that you just worked out with, and now you're going to play pickleball with them, and then you're doing dinner with them, and then you're going to another one's birthday tomorrow. Like like it's a family, right? It's like a chosen family.
Absolutely.
So I was thinking about that comment that Jeff made in relation to this. It's like, well, yeah, you've made a bunch of friends here,
Right.
right? It's not anyway.
Right. And I love that in this community, me, 26-year-old, can get along great with Jeff, who's, how old is Jeff?
60 plus.
60 plus, right? Like everyone's getting along. Me and Luis barely speak the same language, yet somehow we can like give each other shit and push each other and be proud of each other. And there's like so many ways that you can communicate with people that are so different than you. And it's just like it's really eye-opening, especially here. I think our location helps bring in so many different types of people here. And so it's really cool how diverse of a community we have too.
Then not intentionally, right?
Right.
It's just like that this happens that way.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of different temperaments, talents, convictions, and different types of people, and they find their way here. And oh yeah, I keep coming back to the fitness thing. It like doesn't matter if you can bring muscle up or you can't even do a push up. Like if you keep showing up and you work hard and you have a good attitude, like you have a place here.
Absolutely. And like you said, it's not intentional that we have a diverse community, but it is not coincidental that they stick around. Right?
Yeah, our efforts to make the community welcoming and vast, I guess that's intentional,
Right.
right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, anyone can kind of get stuck to it. It's not for a certain person.
Absolutely. Okay, let's move into hard work. Within these walls of Salty Hive, what does it mean to work hard?
I think that just like get uncomfortable, and uh, that means that's different for everybody. And to be fair, most people just walking through the doors is uncomfortable, right? Just like signing up is uncomfortable. So get uncomfortable physically, mentally challenge yourself, and sometimes emotionally. So I think if you're getting uncomfortable, that you're working hard.
I think that can also look like what some people like maybe wouldn't expect. Like that doesn't just mean all the time that you're like smashing the shit out of yourself. Like sometimes that hard work means actually slowing down and like approaching something maybe a little bit different than you usually would. Um uh working with your coach on what like the intended intention is for that day, the intention is for that workout. Like that also is part of hard work. Like it's it's not it's not in the like what I think a lot of people are like where they're just like beating themselves to the ground. It is also being really smart with yourself and the class and what the goal is for any given day. Um and putting that also mental discipline in there as well is also part of that hard work piece.
Yeah, and being patient. I'll just like not argue, but further expand my point. Being patient and swallowing your ego is uncomfortable.
Is really
right?
hard
For a lot of people, right?
Mhm.
Like today, we're doing shoulder to overhead, so press, push, press, jerk. In the class that I coached this morning, I had at least two, if not three people jerk less than they push press because they're just working on technique.
Mm.
So it's like uncomfortable to be like, well, I push pressed 120, but I jerked 100, right? Like that right there, just saying that can be uncomfortable for a lot of people. But they were like, I want to practice the footwork, I want to practice the technique. And like you said, that's a smart way where that's going to increase your longevity in doing this and be better in the long run.
Yeah, something I really like about when people do that is it proves to me, the coach, that they really want to get better.
Mhm.
Right? Rather than just like, I'm just gonna like try to lift as much weight over my head, even though my jerk sucks. When someone's like, I want to take a step back and like learn how to do the jerk, I'm like, oh, that's awesome. That means you really, really care to improve. And that is another like form of hard work, is putting in the care.
It's being coachable, right? I think part of our brief,
Yeah.
it's always is it's coming in, giving it an honest effort, right? You're going to come in here, you're going to do something with an honest intention, taking coaching notes as you give it, and not complaining about it, right? When you come in here, you're coming in with an open mind, an open mindset, and ready to get after it, right? Whether that means like, if it's a rest day and you're just going to move a little bit, it's moving with that intention. You know, you might work on footwork and things like that, or skills. And maybe, hey, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to hammer it type deal, and just do that honest work in. And then taking the notes as you get them, and being glad, happy that you get that information, right? Because we're all here to help. And if you're not taking it in with a open mind, it's kind of tough for you to grow in that aspect. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important to highlight that it's not get better, right? That it's not improved, that it's not PR, because like the goals are the destination, the hard work is the journey, and like we really are just about the journey. Like, hey, keep working hard. I'm not saying that I don't want people to improve, but that's not our value. That's less of what we care about. We just want people to consistently show up and put in the work. And even if your strict press never improves, like you're still getting benefit from trying, from consistently doing the thing.
Right. I like how you said that too. Like, I love how you put that as we value the journey, honestly, because really there is no destination, right? The whole point of CrossFit is longevity. So being able to do it for the rest of your life, pretty much. So I really liked how you put that. It's like, well, when we hit our destination, do you stop CrossFit? No, you keep going. You work hard towards that longevity, right?
I think the unsatisfying truth is that there's always a next thing, right? It's like, I did the thing. Well, now what? Right? It's like you PR'd your jerk today at 2:30. It's like, well, I want 2:45 now, right? It's like good at handstand push-ups, but in the quarterfinal workout, well, I need to row faster and then be good at handstand push-ups, right? So it's like,
so true.
So if you hang your hat on the thing, the destination, you're going to remain unsatisfied, because there's always, the ball is always rolling. So like, be proud of the journey.
Yeah, that's funny. Like, the first thing I said today after I hit a PR was, I think I could get 2:45.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So it's just like, like literally almost instantly, you're like thinking of the next thing. Like, so that's hilarious.
And I feel like things in here that they don't get easier. It just you just go further or go faster or go longer or go heavier. It's just more.
Yeah,
never
argue
easier.
that it gets harder.
Yeah.
Right. The better you get, the faster you can go, the heavier you can lift. But like the workouts themselves, sure, your abilities open up and it's cooler to be able to do the things, but like the workout itself is only just going to get feel harder in the moment.
With greater capacity comes greater intensity.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So
yeah.
Let's get into accountability. What does accountability mean in the walls of Salty Hive?
I don't want to start again.
I will say, when I was thinking about this question, and I'll just mention one little section so everybody else can have something to say. I will say, like, it's doing the thing that you say you're going to do, right? So that's showing up to class when you're going to show up to class, right? It's saying, hey, I'm gonna count these reps accordingly. I'm gonna meet these movement standards accordingly. It's like, I'm gonna be in here with the integrity, regardless of who's watching, and doing the things that you're gonna do.
That's great.
Yeah, I hear.
Really like
I'm glad you used the word, because I hear integrity
Yeah.
when you say those things.
They're very interchangeable, right? Yeah. So I feel like accountability sometimes requires a little bit of an outside viewpoint, where integrity is more of an internal, like.
But you can hold yourself
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you started, because I kind of see this as, we are here to hold you accountable, right? And that's to be consistent, to move well, to have a good attitude, to work hard. And yeah, I like the other side of that coin, is we can all hold ourselves accountable.
Well, and everybody can hold each other accountable. Like, I would love to think that our influence as coaches is is vast, and I think it is, but I think the influence members have on each other is even greater. So I think this is why this message of the week is great, because they all really come together. If you are immersed in the community and you're working hard and you're making friends, you and those around you are going to naturally hold each other to accountable to those other components.
I actually had that this morning. I kind of like slept through my alarm a little bit, and then I was like, I'm gonna switch to the afternoon. And I saw Eliza was coming this morning. I was like, I can't bail on her. She's coming finally, and I was like, I'm coming. Like I'm just gonna
Yeah, that's
hurt. And then I almost hit her on the way in, so I was like, a little rush. So
I actually love how you guys brought it to both sides, like coaches and ourselves accountable. Like it's a two-way street. I don't know if that's the right term, but we both need to happen, right? Like we as coaches can text you every month and ask you how many times you want to come into class and do this whole accountability thing. But if you don't respond, right, we can't work together for that. It's a teamwork at that point. Us holding you accountable and you also and holding yourself accountable to your goals and the things that you guys want to do within the walls of this gym.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I believe that also on this message, do we also talk about the class structure? Is that also how we hold ourselves accountable? Was making sure that we always met the same? Is that under this message?
Same mechanics, consistency.
Okay, consistency. I'm sorry. Yeah,
That's
never mind. Strike that.
Well, yeah, that's where I was headed was
Yeah.
the consistency thing. Like we talk about consistency a lot, and I think that all of these are rooted in consistency, right? Like you're not going to be a part of the community if you don't consistently show up. Like you're not working hard if you don't consistently show up, and you can't hold yourself accountable. The community can't hold you accountable. We can't hold you accountable if you don't consistently show up. So yeah, I like the side of the community. I think one of my favorite things is like little stuff when there's a new person and they'll put clips on their bar, or they start cleaning up before everyone's done on a 4-time piece, or they don't know where the whiteboards are, and a community member's like, hey, look, let me show you this, right? Just of like the small things that they might seem small, but they are big in terms of our culture here, what we do, the culture is what you allow, right? And so I think that's my favorite, when somebody new kind of steps outside what we allow and how we do it, and someone's like, oh, yeah, don't do that. Like, well, this is how we do it, and like this is why, right? It's not like, well, you're gonna get in trouble, but it's like, no, yeah, you don't want to do it that way because of this.
Right.
You could say our culture's really developed by these three things, right? It's like,
Yeah.
because these are our core values, and our culture is kind of the what keeps everybody around, right? Or has developed that ecosystem, right?
It's like our culture grows from these things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I also think in that example,
It's the soil.
I think new people appreciate hearing stuff like that from a new member because it makes them feel a little bit more, or from an old member because it maybe makes them feel a little bit more comfortable. I feel like I experienced this yesterday. Is a new member was going to go right back to the row without resting a minute, and someone was like, oh no, we're resting. Well, then we're going to go to the row, and he like kind of explained the workout again to him, and I was like, well, one, that was easier for me as a coach, thank you, and then two, he probably feels a little bit more like at ease. He's like, oh, okay, like someone else talked to me rather than Olivia.
And someone else gives a shit.
But yeah, absolutely.
Like,
That's probably more the thing. It's like coming in here, you're probably very confused, and then you have a member. It's like, oh, hey, I can help you out. Like, it's not a big deal. Like,
instead of like,
I was the new guy once, it's all good.
We're resting.
or people don't have their blinders on. Sure, at certain times, and certain people, just the way they interact. But if someone's gonna take a second out of their workout and be like, hey, yeah, rest, right? That's like, oh, that person's paying attention to me, right? Like we're all paying attention to each other
Mhm.
in a good way.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's nice as a coach too, because then you feel like you got more than just your eyes watching what's going on, right? You
For
have
sure.
10 members in here. It's 20 sets looking at or 10 sets looking at everything. So, it's a good feeling. So,
For sure.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys want to say on these three values? Any closing thoughts?
it's what keeps me around. I tell you that.
But what you said, what's it?
It's what the values themselves. It's what, I see it every day, and that's why I love being here.
Right. Well, I think that's how you create a culture, is you have values and you practice what you preach from the top down, right? Everyone in here really does their best to value these things and live these things while we're here particularly. Hopefully you can also live these 3 things outside of here as well, because they're good life lessons and good things to value. But it starts from the top down, right?
I think that, like, I have a mission statement and some things that like have evolved over the years. But I think the cool thing about these things is they weren't forced. Like, it wasn't. It'll be 7 years tomorrow that I took over. And so it wasn't like 7 years ago. It was like, I'm coming in and we're going to build community and work hard and hold people accountable. Like, it's not it's not fake. It's authentic. And like, kind of, there was always something, even early CFNL days, 3 people in a class, there was always something special about this place and how we did things. And it's gotten better and it's evolved. But kind of, as if we're using the analogy of the soil and the meat and potatoes, whatever, the foundation, and as things have like grown and flourished, it's like obvious. It's like, okay, community. Yeah, I see that. We feel that. We live it every day. Like, we also work our butts off. So like, that's obvious that we value that. And like, we're here to help you. Like, communicate with your coach. That's an accountability value that falls under that bucket. So yeah, these things didn't come from the outside. Like, they developed from the culture, and then it was just like, okay, we're gonna use these words to kind of articulate what's important to us.
I love that. Remember, guys, that what we value here is community, hard work, and accountability. We appreciate you guys for being a part of this community, and thank you for joining us on this journey of our Message of the Week podcast.
Woo!
We finished.